Hey there guys, I am the Sixth Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. Today it is the turn of the baddies, I guess, depending on how you look at it, of the upcoming box set, the sneaky infiltrating Xenos forces of the Genestealer Cults. And they are getting some very cool, very unique new rules in their Codex by the looks of it. Not just new and updated warlord traits and stratagems and chapter tactics, but a whole brand new army system in the Crossfire rule. And this rule really seems to play into the idea of the cult units, surrounding and ambushing their enemies before cutting them down in a hail of crossfire, with a new keyword being added to the Codex in the aptly named Crossfire Keyword, which will presumably be on a lot, if not all, of their shooty infantry and their vehicles. And what the Crossfire rule states is that whenever a unit with this keyword fires, if it scores at least 5 hits, or 1 hit with a weapon that has a damage of more than 1, then that target unit gains a crossfire marker. And from then on, if another crossfire unit from your army fires at that enemy unit, they gain +1 to hit against it. And so this is a really strong way to get a possible army-wide +1 to hit buff on your usually 4 up to hit ballistic skill units. So it is really a very powerful buff indeed. But then on top of that, as you can see on your screen in the picture now, if you have 2 crossfire units on either side of an enemy unit and they can get line of sight over each other and go through that enemy unit, and if that unit has a crossfire marker, then it is also counted as being exposed. And the exposed rule means that when your crossfire units are shooting at that target, they not only get that +1 to hit, but they also get +1 to wound as well. And then on top of that, it gets even better. If your unit shooting is within 12 inches of their target, they don't get any cover either. So for those of you that aren't taking notes, that means that your crossfire units can potentially get up to a base of +1 to hit, +1 to wound, and ignoring cover on their shots, meaning that all but the very toughest of enemy units are gonna really suffer against your, what was previously quite weak, inaccurate firepower. It's gonna be a big shock to a lot of players when you are now not only hitting on 3s, but also ignoring their cover and gaining a +1 to wound as well. Alongside that, there are a few new key stratagems that help you to interact with this new crossfire rule, and things like covering fire will allow you to debuff an enemy unit that you are charging so that they can't fire Overwatch, they can't set to defend, or heroically intervene until the end of the turn. And this is really going to help your squishy units survive something like a hail of bolter fire or some auto-hitting flamers as you are trying to close the gap between you and the enemy. And then other stratagems like coordinated assault mean that enemy units with the crossfire marker on them cannot fight until all of your eligible units have done so. And so once again, really helping you to get the absolute most out of your squishy, slightly weaker squads and do all of the damage that you possibly can before you are taking any hits in return. I would say for 1 CP each, both of these stratagems are really worth their weight in gold, and getting a crossfire marker on a target that you really do want dead in the fight phase is going to be a key part of the Genestealer Cults tactics and strategy when you want to get your units into melee combat. The final thing they show off in this preview is one of the new upgrade style rules which all 9th edition codexes seem to be getting, and this one, Proficient Planning, grants a unit the Perfect Ambush rule, which for 1 power or 15 points means that when the unit that you have chosen for this upgrade, and it has to be a crossfire unit just to clarify, comes in from the underground reinforcements of the Genestealer Cults, you can then select a unit within 12 inches of them, and that unit is not only counted as having a crossfire marker on it, but also counts as being exposed as well. So when your unit comes in from reinforcements, you can target an enemy nearby squad and just immediately get +1 to hit, +1 to wound, and ignore cover on the shooting that you're going to pump into them. And honestly, for 15 points, it is a really powerful tool and will almost certainly allow you to, if not destroy, then at least massively damage a key enemy squad like some Hellblasters or Space Marine Devastators or other long range, high damage enemy units before they can really start to blow chunks out of the rest of your army. I have to say, overall, I am a really big fan of this rule. I think it's incredibly fun and fluffy for the Genestealer Cults, and also it's different in that it's really unique and really new in terms of something new for the army, not just a reimagining of, some stuff that other armies have got. This really does feel unique and new for the Genestealer Cults, and they are definitely trying out some new things with this army in 9th edition, and I think that is a really, really good direction to take this army and also take the game. But what do you think of the Crossfire rules for the Genestealer Cults? Do you like them, and are you hoping for any other big buffs in the Codex, or do you think this will be the big army-wide ability that they get? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.